Growing up, I always loved fantasy and adventure films. It was just something that I was always drawn to, something that always interested me. I remember when I saw Lord of the Rings for the first time, I was just amazed how these knights and elves and orcs can interact with each other. And most of my friends growing up were pretty fond of those types of movies as well. And we would just go outside, pick up sticks in the woods, and pretend we're knights, just having fun. And these types of memories are some of the best memories I have from childhood. I always wanted to make my own movies, tell my own stories. So, as a really young child, 5, 6 years old, I would draw comics, get interested in art, try to recreate my favorite drawings. But then one day, I think it was really late at night, I saw a movie on the telly. It was Clash of the Titans from 1981. And it was my first sort of experience with stop motion. There was this Medusa fight, and it was done entirely with a puppet, just picture by picture, and I was just blown away. So as soon as I saw that movie, I wanted to know how it was done, because it was not computer graphics. It looked really real. And I found out it was a process of stop motion, which is basically taking a picture, moving object, taking a picture, and if you speed up all the pictures, you get a moving creature. And at the time, I had a lot of Legos, and I had a really old webcam that I could plug into a computer, and I just started to create little stories, just inspired by my imagination.
Come in. Hello. Ah, it's a clown, it's a clown, it's a clown. Ah.
I love practical effects in films, because sometimes the computer looks good, but we know it's not real. And whenever I have the chance, for example, to create an explosion or a flame or a boat sinking, something like that, I try to do it as realistically as I can. And I think that separates my work from being simply just a movie or a motion picture, and it creates more of an artwork that combines many different media. I think everybody knows that films are not only visual, but a good part of them relies on sound. And I don't think I could really be here making my movies and entertaining people, whether it's YouTube or whether it's my classmates, if it wasn't for my great friends who simply choose to help me out and give me great voice acting.
Well, when I'm with my friends, I tend to impersonate celebrities or like cartoon characters a lot, and they keep telling me, "Hey, you're very good at this. You should probably like consider voice acting." And I'm like, I don't know, like voice acting and impersonating people is different. Like it's not the same. And so when Konrad asked me, "Hey, I'm gonna start doing brick films, and I need voice actors. You want to voice act for them?" And I'm like, I thought, yeah, sure. Like you're my friend, of course. So like I feel, I'm not that shy to try and voice act since he's my friend.
They are old, but they all work, and there should be enough ammunition for at least a good bit of damage.
So I read the lines, I do multiple takes on them, and yeah, I send it to him. And then like a month or so later, seeing the character come to life, like the voices that I read, like the lines that I did come to life on screen. It's really fun, and I really enjoy it.
I guess a warm planet's gotta have a warm welcome.
I like doing voice acting, first of all, because for Konrad is a really hardworking and passionate guy when it comes to his animation projects. He does the script, he does the set, he does the stop motion. So whenever he comes to me and says, yo, I have this new script and I have this character I'd like you to portray, it really makes me happy as a friend. It's something that really feels good. And the second part is it's more technical, which is the whole process of building the sentences that you're acting out, because there's a lot of things that you need to consider, which are the character, the situation they're in, his past, the past experiences he had, and that makes you go differently, approach differently the way that you're going to read out the sentences that you were given. So sometimes I would be on cue, talking to the microphone, saying the sentence in a certain way, and then realize when I was listening back to it that this needed to be a little bit longer. I should have given a different tone at this certain section. And this whole creative process is something that's really fun, because it's a lot of trying and doing differently and exploring new avenues, and something that I really like.
Be gone, or I shall tear you to pieces. Are you deaf? Get out of here! Leave while you still have a chance, because if you don't...
If I don't, then what?
The reason I make stop motion animations is because at the end of the day, it has no limits. There's no limit to you, the camera, the object, and your imagination. You can literally do anything. Some people get turned off from stop motion because it's a very time-consuming process. I mean, you can take 300 photos and bump the camera and have to start over, you know? That's part of it. But if you really truly are passionate for the work you do, passionate for the films that you want to make, I think that there's a certain amount of magic that goes into it, and it is certainly a labor of love.